Why do we go to Harbor Freight? Because it's cheap, right? Absolutely. I'm going to show you my purchases that I buy on a regular and sometimes just a one-time purchase from Harbor Freight that I recommend to you. I have a lot to go over, so let's get started. No particular order. The first item up here is the Warrior Heat Gun, coming in at $19.99 still at the time of this video. I use this for heating up linoleum, getting it off the floor, heating up stickers, popping epoxy, getting the air bubbles out of the epoxy. And one other thing I used for was all my dust collection portholes, custom fit PVC to fit the dust collection and the tool. So that's what I've used this gun for, and it's been great. Next item up is the HVLP gun from Harbor Freight, the purple gun you may have seen around. This little gun works good. It comes in at $14.99. How can you beat that, right? That's without the regulator. You could buy the gun with the regulator. It's a little bit more. I bought this as a set. It was like $29.99 with two guns and the regulator. I can't find it on the Harbor Freight website as that package deal anymore, so they still have this for $14.99, and you can get the regulators separate. Okay. One thing to remember about HVLP gun, make sure you have enough air on your air compressor to push these guns. They need that constant pressure to push it out and get that material on your project. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But these are great guns. Coming in at $11.99 is a stand to hold your gun. You can make it easier. Just screw this down to your workbench or clamp it down, and it makes it messy-less. Makes it less messy. There you go. All right, the next item up is this rubber mallet with the fiberglass handle. Black rubber on one side, white rubber on the other. The white rubber is so it doesn't mark it up and leave marks. So this is a good little mallet, $6.99. So that's that. Coming in at $19.99, we have a 29-piece titanium high-speed drill bit set. You know what? I thought these were junk when I first bought them, but they're not. They actually work really well. I've broke a few little ones, but that's just me. And titanium drill bit set, 29 pieces, you can't beat it. Up next, self-centering drill bits. Usually when you're trying to get that pre-drill hole right in the middle of the hinge, that's what these are for, mainly for hinges. But you could use them for other things as well. But self-centering drill bit, $6.99, can't beat it, they work. Up next is Ames voltage tester, this little voltage tester. It works to check your plugs, check cords, non-contact voltage tester, $4.99. It's simple and it works. If you need a large square, this one works really good. It's accurate. They call it a rafter square. That's what it is. I call it a large speed square just because that's how I was raised. So let me know what you call these things, okay? Large speed square or rafter square. Well, you know what? I work with a lot of cedar and it's really soft and redwood. I'm able to use this square, put it across several boards and make marks without the square itself beating up the material. So this is just a cheap square coming in at $6.99 for this large plastic rafter speed square. Up next, Harbor Freight's Pittsburgh 6-inch digital caliper. You know, it's great. You need to measure anything from paper thin up to 6 inches. The thickness of your wood after it comes out of the planer to match it up. Inside dimensions of bolts, outside dimension of bolts, holes, whatever you need to measure up to 6 inches. This gets it pretty precise. So grab yourself a digital caliper from Harbor Freight. Coming in at $8.99 is this flush cut saw from Harbor Freight. It's just simple, it works. I use it mainly to cut plugs and to finish those cuts with my skill saw that I can't get all the way to the edge. So it's just a simple flush cut saw. No, it's not a Japanese pole saw. It's a Chinese flush cut saw. How about that? There you go. All right, coming in at $11.99, I buy all my nitrile gloves, 5mm at Harbor Freight. You know what? I was complaining during COVID. These were hard to find. Matter of fact, you couldn't find them. But Harbor Freight didn't have them because they were donating all of their gloves to first responders. So props to Harbor Freight. And that's one of the reasons I still buy them, because of that. All right, and also I get the holders with it. These are $13.99. They come in like 5 or 6 different colors, and they have magnets on the bottom. I just stick them on the side of that file cabinet over there, and it works out really good. Some work gloves. These are a little bit more heavy duty, grippy. These are really good when you're getting into junk and mess and doing demo. These are really good for demo. You know, drywall, screws, nails, splinters, all that stuff. These protect you pretty good. These gloves, they say cold weather gloves, knit gloves, but they work really good for what I just said. They come in at $3.99 a pair. How about that? Next up is this Drill Master electric planer from Harbor Freight. I looked at it on the website. I could not find it. I apologize, but there's another one for about $40, $39, $40. This one was, I believe, less than $25 when I bought it a few years ago. And that's why I bought it, because I'm used to, back in the 80s, a Makita electric planer. And they were good. And I'm telling you right now, this is no Makita, but this many years later, from the late 80s till now, this thing works just as good as that one that Makita did back in the 80s. Now, will outlast it? Who knows? But it's very good, simple, and if you need to remove material fast, this electric planer is the way to go for cheap. This is probably my most purchased item at Harbor Freight are the moving blankets. This one comes in at $5.79, 40 by 50 inches. You can get they have all different sizes and they're all pretty cheap, okay? I use them for packaging up my builds. I use them for sanding on. I use them to protect furniture from getting dinged up or dusted or moving. Whatever you need a moving blanket for, you cannot beat the prices at Harbor Freight. So go to Harbor Freight and get you some moving blankets. These roller stands right here, they work great. I have a small shop, so I don't have a bunch of room for an in-feed, out-feed table. So this is what I use. I use this on the table saw. I use this on the joiner. I use this on the bandsaw. I use it everywhere. So it gets it up to the height, and I could run the material in and out of the machine and keep it stable and flat. Pretty darn good for just having roller stands versus an in-feed or out-feed table. Roller stands are coming in at $18.97 at the time of this video, and they're worth every penny. Here we have hardwood dollies. The small one comes in at $12.99. The big one comes in at $17.99. They're great for moving furniture, moving anything you need to move that's heavy, and you need on wheels. So I have my air compressor permanently on one of these little ones, and it just works out really good. So furniture dollies, hardwood dollies, $12.99, $17.99, can't beat them. Pick them up if you need to move stuff around instead of lifting it. Up next, we have this 1 1/8" rotary hammer kit by Bauer. I use this for removing tile, drilling into concrete, removing concrete curbs, all kinds of stuff. Especially, this is definitely good enough for you, DIY guy or gal, at your home. So here's a masonry bit right here. You just pull this down, put it in there, let it go, and that's it. So that's a masonry bit. Use that for drilling holes in the concrete, setting red heads, setting anchors. And then here's a spade bit. I guess it's a spade bit, a flat bit, popping up tiles. This works really good. So if you need to do any concrete work, remove any tile from your house, this machine comes in at $89.99, and it is worth every penny of it. Matter of fact, this is the second one because I busted the first one, the handle, when I was taking out the tile the last time. So this one's like brand new. But it failed because we were hard on it. We were really hard on it, taking out the tile. If you've ever removed tile, it sucks. We beat this thing up, but all we did was take it back under the regular warranty and get a new one. So this thing is good. It's worth its weight in gold. This machine comes in at $89.99. If you're thinking about doing any demo in your home and you've never used one of these rotary hammer kit drills, try it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed for one bit. All right, let's move on to the next one. This super simple tool, this magnetic part holder, this little tray, I use it every single day on my workbench. It holds all my little parts, keeps them all there together so I don't have to dig through drawers. And sometimes they get stuck on the bottom, but they're all readily available every day. It's just a simple tool for $3.99 to keep you organized at the workbench. Next up are these Color Snap utility knives. I use these things for all my light duty work, from paper to cardboard. to craft paper, to splinter removal, getting out glue, all kinds of things. And these right here, I grab a handful of these every time I leave Harbor Freight. These are 79 cents each, and they're usually right at the register. The best little utility knife I've found for being this small, and it's very durable. And when it dulls out, you just snap that off with a pair of pliers and you have a brand new blade. Just grab the first little piece right there. Well, that's up. Harbor Freight disc sander, 12-inch, 1 1/4 horsepower. This thing is a true beast. Will shape any boards you need to shape. Take down the material quick, fast, and in a hurry. It comes in at $189 and it'll probably last forever. 14-inch bandsaw has been great. It's a great little bandsaw, especially for an entry-level beginner woodworker or your first bandsaw. It's a small footprint. It's better than any benchtop bandsaw to me, just because it's more stable. And the wheels, it's on wheels, but the wheels are stable when they're down. And it's a 3/4 horsepower. I have nothing bad to say about it, except it needs more power, but that's not the fault of the bandsaw. It's an entry-level bandsaw with 3/4 horse. You can't expect too much. But it could cross-cut 6 inches all day long. The ripping capacity on just small pieces of wood. You're not going to rip a 4x4 or a 2x4 on this machine. It just doesn't have the power. But you can cross-cut 4x4, 2x6, stuff like that. It's going to take care of all your needs, especially as a beginner woodworker. So I highly recommend this bandsaw, and it comes in at $479.99. And I'm sure you can get a coupon like I did and get about $100 to $150 off. Actually, this bandsaw I'm still trying to give away. So if you want this bandsaw, I would love for one of my viewers to have it. I'm in the Palm Springs area. If you're willing to pick it up, I'll give you $100 cash for gas, and I'll give you the bandsaw with rocker wheels for free if someone's willing to come and get it. No gimmicks, nothing needed to get this. I just want to give it away to someone who needs it. So if you want this bandsaw, you can email me at buildwithmooney2@gmail.com. Buildwithmooney, the number 2@gmail.com. Let me know that you want this bandsaw, and I'm still waiting on someone to email me. Cuts through wood, cuts through steel. Cuts through metal when it's time to get ill, Mama Kita.